Hello everyone, welcome to my next video on the Specialized AI Professional Certification Preparation Guide. So in the previous video, we looked at the digitization step and what are the OCR engines that's available. And we also did a comparison on the features on these OCR engines. So you can access that video through the below link if you have missed it. So in this video, what we are going to focus is mainly some configurations that we have in the digitization step. So when it comes to the digitization step, we do have several configurations available. So when I say digitization step, I'm also referring to the digitize document activity in the document understanding flow. So if you include that activity and if you look at the properties, you will see some of these properties in your properties panel. So we need to focus a bit on some of these improved properties. One of this is the apply OCR on PDF. So this is a very interesting property. So let's try to visualize how this is happening. So this is described in the academic course, the document understanding overview. So what happens with this property is by default, apply OCR on PDF is set to auto. But we also can change it and say whether it's use yes or you can say no. So all three options are available. So what really happens here is when you submit a document, it will, based on this setting, it will apply the OCR engine on your document to extract the data. So if this setting is set to no, apply OCR on PDF is set to no, what it will do is it will scrape and extract only the native text. The PDF file can have two different versions. One, it could be a native PDF or a computer generated PDF file. The other one would be a scanned document. So in a computer generated PDF file, you can easily extract the native text because the computer already understands that. But if it's a scanned document, every page of that scanned document will actually be an image. So in that case, if this is set to no, it will not be able to extract the data from a scanned document. So let's say we set this to yes. Then what happens? Then whether it's a PDF text, whether it's a native PDF file or a scanned document, irrespective of that, it will use the specified OCR engine and extract the data. So if it is set to auto, and in this scenario, what it will do is it will do the native data extraction and it will also apply OCR engine on pages that contain images or pages that are scanned, because in some PDF files certain pages can be native, certain pages can be scanned. This is possible. So let's say the first page is native and the second page is scanned in a PDF file, and we set this to auto, and it will use the native text extraction and the OCR engine. Both will happen at the same time and extract the data, and before presenting it to us, it will combine the results from both extractions into one, and then it will also identify the line breaks, columns, and the reading order of the document, do that conversion in the text, arrange it in that way, and it will send it to us as the output of this activity. So that's how this works. You might also wonder, when we have this setting auto, why do we need to set it to yes? So there can be scenarios where you need this setting. So for example, let's say you have a document, you do the extraction and it's native PDF file, but the extracted text is not what you see on the screen in the PDF file itself. So in that case, you can set this apply OCR on PDF to true and use the OCR engine to extract that data to see if that matches with what you see on the screen. So in this documentation here also there is an example when to use it. So for example, let's say if your classification is failing though you have enough data, that means it is not properly reading the document. So in that case, you can set this to yes in your digitize activity and see whether it makes a difference. So those are little things that we need to focus while creating a workflow, and even for our exam, we need to know what these properties do. This is an important feature or a property that we need to know how it works. The next one is the degree of parallelism. So here by default it is set to -1. So it will automatically figure out how many pages to be analyzed in parallel using the OCR engine. Or else you can specify the value. So -1 means it will use, based on the number of processes available in the machine, it will use the required number and do the extraction. This is more towards efficiency. And this property is to check if there are any checkboxes in the document and identify those things so that you can easily do the data extraction in the extraction phase from checkboxes. And this is the next input, the document path. So those are the inputs in the digitize activity. What do you get as the output? This is also an important option. So as the output, you get two things. One is the extracted text. It is a string variable. You will get all the text available in the document, irrespective of the number of pages, in a big string variable. It will have all that formatting and stuff done, but that whole thing will contain the text of the document. So that's one output. Second one is the document object model. Now this is a very important output. This is actually a JSON object, and this has a lot of information. So some of the basic information it has is the name, content type, text length, number of pages, and information about the page rotations, languages, and the coordinates of different text that was identified. So all that information will be captured. So this is why digitization is not just OCR, because digitization extracts a lot more information. And you can also see what all the information that is extracted in this documentation. So I have given all these links in the description part of the video, so make sure you go through it and look at it, because these are very important for the exam. So you also need to look at few other things. So all the supported file formats. UiPath supports different file formats, and you need to remember these things. The other thing here, um, just look at these important points that's mentioned in the documentation. These things are needed. And the next thing is how to apply or how to choose a OCR engine. So in the previous video, we looked at the different OCR engines. We looked at the features each OCR engine offers. But how to select the best OCR engine? Based on what parameters do we need to select that? So by default, when you add that activity, you always get the UiPath document OCR. But is it the best OCR engine for all the scenarios? We don't know. This could be the same for the Microsoft OCR, OmniPage, whatever. It's, a single OCR cannot be the best for all the scenarios because each OCR has its strengths and weaknesses. So when we are selecting OCR engines, we need to focus on certain things, such as the languages supported, the scale of the pages, and the document quality, handwritten text, this kind of stuff. Also, the layout of the document and how complex the document is. So, you need to focus on those things. Use different OCR engines that you think that might work. Do some sample runs and extract the data and do a comparison. So, how to do this? I have attached another video that's available in my channel on the OCR benchmarking. You can see it on the screen right now, and make sure you go through this to get a better idea how this benchmarking is done. So these are the main things that we need to know when you focus on this digitization and the configuration options. So that's all I have to cover for this video. Thank you for listening. I hope this is helpful for you to understand a bit on the configuration stuff available in the digitization step. So make sure you go through all this documentation. This really helps for the certification. And thank you again. I'll see you in another video focusing on a different topic on document understanding.